There's been a little bit of a trend going around with a few creators that have made levels with as few objects as possible. This has kind of been popular-ish. There's been creators that have said like, oh, I made a level with only 200 objects, blah, blah, blah. However, recently there's been creators that have made some levels that have extremely few objects that actually ended up getting rated. So we're gonna take a look at them. There's 3 of them in a row that got rated. I don't know if this was first. I don't know the order these got released. I mean, let's check the IDs. 8263. So it looks like the first one was called Roaming by Pock, under 50 objects. I think there was 49 objects that was made with this, and it's quite the popular video. So Pock has a video describing like exactly what went into the creation of this level, which I'll link in the description down below, so go show it some support. So let's go take a look. This level has 49 objects and it's easy 2-star. So let's see what it looks like. Let's see how good it looks. I mean, you can see there's like a massive speed change in the back, which I think, you know, hacks were used in this, creator hacks. However, creator hacks are used in like tons of levels these days. So I don't think that's really like cheating the process, really. I mean, that for only 49 objects, it's a pretty cool effect. Do you die if you hit that? No, you don't. It's pretty neat. There's various colors and objects that are like stretching past each other. And then there's clearly some like translucent objects that we're going across to. And I mean, look at all those objects. Do you die if you hit that? No, it's a 2-star. Of course you don't. Wait. I mean, to be fair, I just wanted to land on the objects to see if I could or not, to see what kind of objects they were. I shouldn't have even been running into them anyways. Anyways, that's really impressive. That's very, very cool. I do like the way that looks, how the background, like, there keeps on being more and more added to the level to make it look cooler. And like, I feel like there were more than 49 objects. That's the impressive part, is I feel like there were more than 49 objects that went into this level. And yet, like, and now with like the shade going back and forth too, feels like there's so many more objects than there actually are. So it's like utilizing as few objects as possible to make it look like there are more. That's the trippy part of the effect. Like, whether or not you think it's a good level that deserves to be rated or not, I mean, whatever. That's kind of, I don't want to say completely subjective, but there's a little bit of it. However, I will say it's very impressive seeing what kind of effects you can make with the least amount of objects, and that's just in and of itself is very impressive. So this level has the most objects today. I think it was 49. And we can go check, man. We can just go check. 49 objects right there. The next level that was created by Flash has 39 objects, 10 less than Roaming by Pock. So this one was rated and featured 39 objects. Wow, I mean, that is cool. Oh, so I guess the whole thing here is that, I mean, that's a really cool kaleidoscope effect, you know? And it's the Kaleidoscope because we want to dodge collisions by using this jump orb. So in the middle, there's just like, oops. It's so bad. So in the middle, there's just like one massive jump orb, I imagine. But then there's also kind of a visual jump orb that shows you that you can click the button there. So I think there's like 2 jump orbs used. And then there's these saws, which we're getting a bunch of them along the way. So it's like, oh, and then there's a bunch of blocks too. So what I'm wondering is, how do you do this in under 39 objects? Because it looks like we've already seen like 39 objects for sure, right? How do you do this in 39 objects? Like, it must reuse the same blocks, but how does it do that? How does it reuse the same blocks, you know? Like, it's so, I don't know, man. Dude, I just don't know. But there's got to be a way that the same blocks are being reused, the same like saw blades are being reused. And so like it is, yeah. Dude, that, I mean, that is, oh dude, now it's a green orb. Oh my god, it gets really hard. Holy, I mean, it is a harder level, but I didn't expect it to be like this. Oh my goodness. And the kaleidoscope effect keeps on getting like more like trippier and trippier. Like, how do you do that in 39 objects? Like, the kaleidoscope effect, clearly there's objects going on in the background. So 39 objects, absolutely wild. I'm not as proficient in the editor as I'd like to. So if I delete this move object, it does delete an object. So like, the triggers are objects, which I did know. I just forgot. So there's only like 4 objects that are used here for the squares, and then there's the saw blades, right? And so those are used like over and over again. But then there's background stuff going on as well. Okay. So yeah, it's wow. So there's a spawn trigger that spawns like the cool, like the crazier effect at the very end. And then there's just like the kaleidoscope thing in the background and a big jump orb. So there's the kaleidoscope, the jump orb, there's the green jump orb that follows and then switches for the blue jump orb that's in the middle at the beginning. And then there's a bunch of like stuff for the kaleidoscope, which isn't that much. What? How do you make a kaleidoscope effect like that? Like, it's crazy. And then there was a level with only 29 objects by Sputniks called 29. So now we're going to do this one. Only 29 objects. All right. So, whoa. And that has music sync. Whoa. With like the background moving and why'd I go up there? That was like so sketchy. And then this ring expanding. Whoa. So I wonder if it's like, dude, come on. I just got crushed. So clearly these rectangles are being used over and over again. They're like rotating and being swapped up here. And then there's 2 objects I see. There's the ring and then the giant. Why do I do that? And the giant circle that comes from the background that are probably used over and over again as well. And then there's going to be some triggers. So I'm kind of getting it. And then there's the portal. That's an object. And then those, but how is that one object? Like it's a very detailed like plant. Like how is that one object? There's gotta be something you can do with the background, like to make it all one object or something, you know? Like there's gotta be some background shenanigans maybe with a hack. Like that is really cool looking. Like that's pretty sick. How it looks all like it has the like ASCII keys, like the small ASCII keys that make up the background. So there's some tricks going on, you know? There's got to be, there's got to be something. There's got to be some sort of hack that allows you to do some shenanigans with the background. Man. And then there's the Sputnik symbol at the end. Okay. Which is all one object as well, but it looks like it's so many objects, right? So there's clearly some shenanigans going on. Sputniks being like a programming legend knows. He knows. But I don't. Oh my God. Dude, I died there that time. See, one time I made through, the other time I didn't. Okay, see, I made it through that time. Sometimes you just can't make it through, you know? I'm gonna stay up there and go, dude, oh my God. Boom, boom, boom. That's the hard, it's taken me so long to get back to here. It's the hardest level in the entire game. I can't believe I got to like 97%. It literally took me like another 10 attempts to get here. I almost died there again too. Man, why? I have the hardest time reading this level. It is so hard to read. I try to stay in the middle and then I have to find myself like recorrecting all the time. Unbelievable, dude. Did I just spam there or what? There is nowhere to go. I think I'm going up high when I don't have to. Like you just stay on the ground for most of this level. Okay. But then I think at the end, the reason why I died is I wasn't high up enough. Oh no! Oh, you do's gotta spam. No, you don't. Ah! I can't do it. Where's the indicators? Please give me my training wheels. That's the problem with these low object levels. My training wheels are gone. I need my tricycle back, please. Stay on the bottom. You shot me up, bro. Bro! You idiot game! Yeah, ta, 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 ta. Dude, so you can't go down on the bottom there because you die. You can't fall down fast enough. You got to like arc it perfectly to go over that yellow rectangle. That's so hard. What? Oh, that's so hard. Maybe you can go under the pink one. Sometimes you can and sometimes you can't though. That's the hard part about it is you just never know. I stayed up. I did it. Ah! It's the hardest level in the game. I just beat it. Yes! 32 attempts. Seriously? It took me 20 minutes. This is like my greatest failing ever in Geometry Dash, is spending 20 minutes on this 4-star level. Because I don't know, it felt like it was different every time I went through. Like I got booped in a different way and I couldn't read some parts. I obviously made it harder than it should be. I bet you could probably just like not push a button and stay still and the level would like bump you in the right direction. And I was trying to like fly around and do so much stuff myself. My God. Well, this level has 29 objects. That's cool. And very interesting that it only has 29 objects. So apparently to use the art in the background, there's some sort of hack that you can use to make one piece of text have like unlimited characters, I think. So the way you make that trippy background at the end is it's all ASCII characters, like I said as I was playing, because it's all just one text object that makes the entire background, which is pretty neat. So I will link all the videos of the levels that we played today. Go support the creators down below, like Pock, Flash, and Sputniks. I'll link the videos, and I believe they have like descriptions of how the levels were made if you want more details clearly than I can give, because I am not super familiar with the ins and outs of the editor. I know like bits and pieces enough to explain the basics, but they can give you a lot more detail. So go show some support there. Now, there was also a level that was made by Pock, which is really interesting, that isn't on the server, that was made with only, I think, 9 objects. So there's no scale hack that was used here to make objects bigger, like was in Pock's first level, and there's only 9 objects. So I believe the text objects that are rotating around, like I said, it's just one text object with plus and minuses. And then there's the 4 objects that are rotating around the screen, those blades. And then I believe there's just some move triggers and pulse triggers and stuff, which is what makes up this level. So this level is just about dodging the same obstacle that's going, spinning around the screen, just those blades. I think it's just, don't know if it's the same pattern over and over again. Yeah, it looks like it's the same pattern. No, I think it was a little bit different, the way they're rotating. Let me just look at it a little bit longer. Oh, that's pretty samey. Yeah, so, you know, as the object count gets lower, it does get a little bit more basic. Actually, I think it's a little bit different. The way they're rotating is, no, that does look samey. But I was gonna say, like, it rotates the same way, but not symmetrically, so it's a little bit different each time. But I don't think that's true. I think they're coming around the same way. However, I mean, that still is really cool. 9 objects to be used for this. However, as the object count gets lower, you can tell it gets a little more, I don't know, you can tell, right? As the object count was coming down, it was like still really impressive, but at the same time, like the gameplay was suffering a little bit. So the only one that was featured was Kaleidoscope, and you can tell why. It's because it's a very creative use of like gameplay as well as visuals. So the visuals look neat, but the gameplay as well with the using the jump orb, the same jump orb over and over again to use like that game mode, the ball game mode of switching gravity, it made it feel really fun. So the gameplay was really fun on top of it looking really cool. And so Kaleidoscope is, yeah, that's pretty incredible level for that low of an object count. The other levels are really neat too, just because of the fact that they have low object counts. But Kaleidoscope in terms of like a full like fun level was pretty insanely cool. However, all of these levels using as few objects as possible to see what you can make with the editor, they're all fantastic in their own way, and I had a lot of fun playing them. So go show them some support, go show the creators some support, I'll link their YouTube channels like I said. I'll see you in the next video. Leave a thumbs up, and as always, peace.